Hi guys, this is Benavides with Benavides Insurance. I got this question twice this last week, so I felt it was important to share with you all my opinion on it. The question I got is, Derek, as I'm starting to scale back on my finances and making sure that I got the right coverages, where do I start scaling back? Now, in that question, you could look at it from the standpoint of my homeowner's insurance, auto insurance, business insurance, whatever it is. The answer comes down to about the same thing, which is you can look at it from two questions that you want to ask yourself. Number one, what type of loss, how much, the dollar amount of loss can I sustain and not go out of business or not go into bankruptcy? And then ask yourself, what is too much of a loss? What can I not afford to lose? And so we look at it from the situation of your automobile. Okay, so people ask me a lot, along with that stemming off of that question is, when do I cut off comprehensive and collision off my vehicle? Well, my question to them is, well, how much is the vehicle worth? And if you tell me that it's worth $3,000, if something happened to that vehicle yesterday and you didn't have comprehensive or collision, are you okay to handle $3,000 loss? Now, most people will say, well, yeah, I can, it's inconvenient, but Derek, I'm not gonna go into bankruptcy because of a $3,000 loss. Okay, so then at that time I tell them, well, then it might be a good idea to start looking into dropping the comprehensive and collision. But now when people say, well, Derek, I'm looking at lowering my limits of liability, I tell them, well, that may not be the best place to start cutting back, because what happens if one of your kids takes a car out, winds up, God forbid, causing a really, really bad accident, and now we're looking at a $750,000 lawsuit that we have a really good chance of losing. If you didn't have the right amount of liability insurance, can you sustain a $750,000 loss? Let's be honest, not a lot of us out there can write a check for $750,000 and still be okay. So if the answer to that is, well, no, I won't be okay if I sustain a loss like that, well, then that's an area that you definitely don't want to scale back on. But looking at the other side of it of, you know what, I can sustain this kind of a loss, then those are the areas that you're going to want to scale back on. So any other questions that you guys have on this, feel free to shoot me an email, text, phone call, however it is. I'd be happy to look at it. But otherwise, go back and look at your auto insurance policy with either your current agent or whatever agency you're using, and ask those questions. Thanks, guys.